What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Wrenching Wrecked. Short little drive in the car going from shop 1 to shop 2. I have been jamming away. Lots and lots of late nights the last week. So work a day job, get off work, head to shop 1, check in, make sure everything's ready to go. Queued up for the coating side, getting some coating jobs done. Then heading on over to shop 2 and drinking a couple beers and building stuff, cleaning, deep cleaning, building stuff, more cleaning, and so forth. So got 2 workbenches done over there, so that's good. At least we got stuff to put on there. At first I was going to leave a bunch of the stuff and then just kind of decided I want a fresh start. So I'll show you guys the workbenches when we get over there, but one's a skinny bench. Only used 3/8 or 1/2 inch plywood, I think, and then 3/4 on the bigger one that we can use for work. It's all wood. I think the welding table from this shop might actually move over there too, along with the TIG welder. I'm going to leave the MIG at my shop because I need it over there. Shop 1, rather, for now, at least. I'm close enough. We have the trailer. It's not too bad to move stuff back and forth if need be. But as of right now, most of the stuff that I would want to TIG weld is custom-y type stuff anyway. I don't use that all that much for customer work for powder coating things. The other shop is kind of in the transition phase, if you will. We got everything from the inside, outside. It's very clean in there right now, but there's also nothing in there. We cleaned up the back room. We're gonna knock that middle wall down. I don't know if I'm gonna get to that today, but we have a front loader sitting there right now too. So that should help try and dig that trailer out. I think, fingers crossed. The property manager guy's got a line on somebody that'll come pick that up for us. But we need to get it out of where it's at, which means I gotta cut some lines and disconnect some gas lines because it is hard lined into the trailer right now. So Jake, the kid that works for us over at our shop, you might have seen him in some of the other videos, he will be coming over, and then basically we're gonna demo the outside of the trailer, get that laid out ish, see what the tires look like, see if it'll hold air, and see if any of it is even remotely feasible for moving, because I have no idea. There's a lot of sketchiness in terms of the trailer install. Like I said, gas pipe for sure is run out from the shop, like 1-inch gas line. I got the shutoff turned off on the main into the barn. There's also the it's got another shutoff right before the trailer, so we'll disconnect that, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do a full line teardown. It's hard to do anything on that side because there's not a lot of room with how big that trailer is and how long it's been sitting there. God knows what sort of critters are living under there, since we found 2 rat snakes in the rafters yesterday. Well, one that fell from the rafters, supposedly. I didn't see it, but we also had another 4 or 5 footer slither on in too. So apparently this is nature. I've lived in this general area within 45 minutes to an hour from where I'm at now. My whole life, I've never seen anything bigger than the little garter snakes. This one caught me off guard. I had no idea that they got that big out this way. So, interesting, fun learning experience. Well, if you watch the shorts, you probably saw that video. If this came out before it, keep an eye out for that one. Property manager was there too. I was gonna just grab a broom and try and sweep the thing out, and he just wrestled the snake, so that was cool. Not a big snake guy. So we'll get to the shop. Let me get kind of situated over there. I think Jesse's there today too, and maybe we'll do some time-lapse stuff. I'm not really sure what's going to come about the rest of this video, but I'll at least give you the walkover of what we're looking at, some of the progress that's been made. There are 2 giant piles of garbage out front that need to get tossed. Trying to figure out the dumpster logistics and when we can get all of that set up as well. So inside's clean, outside is trashed, but it's kind of a one thing at a time process. So we'll be back in a minute when I get over there. All right, got some buddies up here. Kyle, he's got that panhead. Brought his monster truck over. Game plan for today. we got to clear out space around this and disconnect the trailer from the building. So I'm gonna start on some of these trees, at least kind of get a clear shot, cut all this trim up, and then ideally try and get this set up to dig out of here, because I, one, want the space, and two, well, ideally this compressor will sit on the back side of this property. I'll show you what that looks like in front of this, but in order to do that, we need to get this wood paneling off. I don't know how long this trailer's been here. It's also filled with shit, literally. So, kind of gross, but I'm gonna start here and just kind of work my way in. Separate some of the PVC and the gas lines and all the other stuff he's got hooked up. So, we'll see what we get. This is kind of cleared out, knocked out some of the panels, so very surprised. After the snakes in the shop the other day, I figured we would have had a lot more snakes and critters coming out of there. Nothing underneath. Semi-trimmed the trees, just cut everything back. We got a power line, well, extension cord power line, because we are dealing with a lot of classy things. Just holes through sheet metal. Cut the hose and tubes off. The pop-out on the camper is fixed. They framed that in. Not going in there because it's gross, but this little bit on the backside cleared up a decent amount of space. I gotta figure out how to move this compressor so my truck sounds like dog shit, but I'm gonna try and get this parked over on that side where the Falcon is, and then just play some vehicle Tetris, I think, for a little bit while I'm up here. 8 a.m. tomorrow, we got a guy coming over to run the front loader. I think we're gonna use that time to empty the rest of the blast sand and kind of, I don't know, we'll make that disappear one way or another. We're gonna do that and then just kind of keep jamming away. So let me start trying to move some stuff. We'll be back in a bit. Two. Got the Falcon stashed. That needs a ton of work. I don't know if I updated you guys on this, but I've been driving this for the last couple days. It was running like a top, and throw you guys on the ground. Had no issues whatsoever, but I had a cheapo the last time we went to the track. Track requires a battery tie down. I had one of those little rubber dealios on here, and then the car sat out all winter, so don't mind all the wires, obviously, but the rubber dry rotted completely and became brittle like plastic. So that took a shite. And then, how do I explain that? Okay, so battery strap held this down into the tray. That snapped. I had no idea it snapped. And the battery walked over, and if you look at the nice corrosion marks on the alternator fan here, that dug a groove. I don't know how, if any of this is going to show up, right through the side of my battery. So tie your batteries down. I should have used ratchet straps or zip ties or bungee straps or something. Anything would have been better than the cheapo way. It passed tech, but however that works. And now everything is covered in coolant, which is leaking from the intake manifold, which again, I knew about that one. Wasn't too worried about that because we are going to be swapping the intake manifold and the carburetor on this, but all of this is covered in what I thought at first was oil. Nope, even better, battery acid. So we got some work to do on here. You can see how green this chrome on the valve cover looks now. This was not a minty brand new one by any means, but it was not green. That's from the acid. Same thing on the dipstick tube. All of this green is, I mean, you've seen bad battery terminals. That's what happened on this. So this is sitting, it still starts, runs, and drives, but I also have a misfire, and I don't know if it's because of the coil or the wires or something. Alternator in the battery. I don't know if it's a linked issue or a combined kind of culmination, but I definitely have a slight miss. It still starts and runs and drives okay. It just doesn't run and drive well. I'm running on like 6 cylinders, I think. So I gotta figure out where the misfire is coming from on that one at some point here soon, and then restrap the battery and then figure out if the battery's leaked out all of its acid. But compressor's jammed in the corner for now. Ooh, got my tools. I don't have a big toolbox here. I don't plan on buying a bunch of new stuff for the shop as much as I want to. I need to be a little bit more financially responsible right now. I am stretched extremely thin. So if anybody wants that Sportster Ironhead, if anybody's looking to buy Frankenstein or anybody was contemplating, I had it listed for $4,500 and I was gonna sit on it and wait. I think that's fair. If you think I'm crazy, I know it's an Ironhead, I know it's a Sportster. I know they're not big money panhead prices or anything like that, but it's an old crusty chopper with a bunch of cool guy old parts on it. I got it listed for $4,500 with a fresh motor, fresh trans. I went through that whole thing. All of you guys have seen it on the internet. So published, done bike, brand new parts, brand new stuff. Thing runs like a top. I will ride that bike. I did just lose the connector on the headlight, so the one screw on the headlight switch came out for the hot side. All the lights work, I just need to put another screw back in there. The wire's still there. If you hold the wire to it, the lights come back on. So that's kind of where we're at. Let me grab a seat on this little bench because I am tired. But jamming away over here. We got the trailer kind of dug out from the back side. And then I started cutting some stuff on the front side. He had hard 1-inch gas line run across the shop out through the side, just like the extension cord, if you can see that, was set up. We're slowly but surely making progress. 10 steps forward, 8 steps back, trying to figure out if we can scrap this thing or whatever else it is. He died in the trailer and we don't have a title for it, so it's kind of just a scrap trailer at this point. But I don't know, anybody have suggestions other than driving it down the hill and blowing the thing up? Thought about that too. But that's where we're at. So Falcon's moved, truck's moved, van's back at the house. I'm driving Dottie's car today. I wanted to take the chopper out because it was beautiful, but it's also Midwest in the spring, so all of this is coming. We got some rain in the middle of the afternoon today. It's just it's really nice out, and then it thunderstorms and pours terribly, and then it's nice out again. So I'm gonna sit here, enjoy this beer. We got a big old burn pile of stuff once the stuff dries out a little bit, and enjoy the views. Cheers. Watch the storm roll in. We'll catch you guys on the next one. All over the place in terms of the videos. I don't know when I'm getting back to bikes, but inside of the shop's cleaner. Once I can start moving a couple of the lifts and the bikes, like this is about move-in ready. I think Dottie's gonna restain the benches. And while that front loader's here, I'm gonna pull that thing right up here to the end of the booth. We're gonna get rid of all of this silica sand in here. We got about half of it out now, but we'll just drop the bucket right on the end here. Scoop all that out, make that disappear. If anybody wants a super janky powder coating oven, let me know. That's ready to get out of here as well. I'm gonna post that on Facebook right now, actually, see if anybody's interested. But cold beer in the fridge, beautiful property to look at. I'm gonna watch the storm come in and relax for the first time in 2 weeks. So we'll catch you guys on the next one.